You manifest based on who you are. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you tuning in. As per usual, we're going to drive around until we find some good lighting, and I think I might have just found it. So let's stay here and let's get to talking. You manifest based on who you are. You manifest based on who you are. This is a concept that changes everything for you once you truly internalize it. So I talk about the shift, the quantum shift process, the manifestation process, in terms of how I see it. I've talked about this a lot in my other videos and Instagram and whatever. It always starts with knowing what your goal is, what success looks like to you in this chapter of your life, whatever you're trying to manifest. Know what your desires are, your desired reality. And then the question should always be, who must you become? The you 2.0. Who must you become in order to manifest those things? What version of you is the version that gets these things? And when you realize, and then from there you go into the actual rewiring of the subconscious mind. You know, you become the person. You listen to the audios, you meditate, you exercise. All these things encompass the shift, or a part of the shift. But when you realize that right before the shift, the question is about who must you become, that's when you realize that that's really the whole anchor of the entire manifestation process. And then if you look at it from a different angle, you realize that, oh, it's not about the desires. Actually, if you read in between the lines, it means it's not actually about the desires, meaning that's not the priority of the process. That might be the outcome, the end goal, what it turns into, what manifests at the surface of you doing all the work on yourself. But you doing the work on yourself is the actual focus. That is the only thing that should be in your mind, is building myself up, building yourself up to be the person you know you need to be. See, the answer to who you must become, you get it right away. It's the intuitive answer that you get. Take a notepad, take a pen, write it down. Who must I become based on the desires I'm trying to see show up in my 3D reality? I must become consistent, focused, disciplined, relentless, unapologetic, whatever it is, kinder, nicer, whatever it is, or colder, more self-focused, whatever it is. Those answers, we always know what we need to do. And that's not something that I wanted to admit, or was able to admit, for most of my life. But we know exactly what we need to do. We may not know exactly the path. You'll actually never know the direct path, but you know who you will need to become. And what happens is, when you start to work on yourself, naturally the path starts to show up in the form of different opportunities or whatever it is, because now you are activating and engaging your manifestation ability in the right way. And so when you are committed to working on yourself, what I ask you to do is trust everything that happens from that point forward. Just trust when people fall out of your life, that they're falling out of your life. Trust when opportunities come your way, that they were meant to come your way. And then from there you discern whether it's the path that the thing that you want to engage or not. But all those things happening, it shouldn't even take you out of the frame of mind of where you are at, which is hopefully just building yourself up and working on yourself. Because what happens is, in this 3D reality, you actually become someone who is so, depending on what it is, depending on what you're trying to manifest, you become someone who is so magnetic, the prime, supreme version of you. Like, all your stats are being maxed out. You're no longer standing in the way of your own potential. You are walking in it. You are potential, meaning you're not a finite state of yourself, but you are on a path, you're on a stream. And so long as you're on that stream, you are successful, you are manifesting, because the best version of you is that version of you that never stops improving. They're not a complete state or a complete product. They are always walking with that humility to say, you know what, I can keep going. I can keep going. I'm meant for more, and I'm not perfect. That version of you along the way starts talking differently, starts showing up differently, and things dissipate. People don't know how to respond. Some new people will come into your life based on who you are. They'll see it. They feel something about you. You have a presence to you. And that version of you manifests the things naturally. And when I say naturally, it means your self-esteem has become so high that those things feel normal to you anyway. Getting paid $5,000 for an hour of your time feels normal to you. I remember the first time I closed $10,000 in a day. I remember the first time I sold a 2,500 hour package. I remember these times. And when I got to these times, yes, it was exciting, because obviously it's the first time you do it. However, it's never bigger than who, like, you're never clinging onto that as if it's going to go away. Like you feel such a high level of self-worth that you start to praise yourself and you start to want to work on yourself even more. That's the kind of person who manifests, because to that person everything seems normal. See, if there was a way, as good as hypnosis is, let's keep driving because I need better lighting. As good as hypnosis is, as good as all these tools are, they're very highly effective. If there was a way to completely like short circuit your mind in a way, or supercharge your mind rather, to where you now truly believe that, let's say you were born a billionaire and whatever it is, like that stuff would happen incredibly quickly for you because you're literally no longer in your way. This is all about identity and who you identify as, not who you think you identify as, but at the deepest level, who are you, right? What are your deepest internal beliefs? Which is why I built my whole belief on helping people rewire their mindset. But what are your deepest internal beliefs? That is what you manifest based on. You manifest based on the most important criteria in there, which is your self-esteem and your self-worth. So that's what I mean when I say you manifest based on who you are. With those two things, self-esteem is like the number one thing, but with those two things, self-esteem and self-worth, you now feel like it's worth your time to even start building a business. You feel like it's worth your time to quit your job. You feel like you are worthy of the blessings you get. When you get them, it doesn't feel like, why you? My favorite answer to when people ask me why you, in whatever the context is why not me? And I never dare to question why me, like why someone gave the opportunity to me, or why someone invited me, or why someone's interested in me. I never question it. I say, well, why not me? Why wouldn't it be me? Right? And that's not what I lead with, but that's just, when you lead with it, it's fragile ego. When that's just at the back of your mind, that's confidence. When you don't lead with it, but it's very much within you and you're radiating that energy, that's confidence. That's the difference. And to get confidence, you must actually put yourself through the fire. You must actually try building the business and going broke, and try building the business and going broke, and going back to the 9 to 5 and trying again, and so on and so forth. Like, you must actually go through those things to build confidence. What hypnosis does and all these tools is allows you to want to take the chance, or to see yourself taking the chance. When you see yourself taking the chance, when you see yourself going through these moments of turbulence and coming out the other side okay, that accelerates the process of you being confident. Whoops. That accelerates the process of you becoming confident because you're willing to make attempts, right? You're okay with making attempts. Success is a bunch of failures that you stand on, and I'm nowhere near wildly successful. I'm not a Elon Musk or a Jeff Bezos or anything like that, but versus where I was, and I always compare myself to where I was 6, 8, 12 months ago. Oh, hell yeah. I'm real successful, right? This is the first time in my life I've ever been able to make money off of, real money off of one business, and money off of more than one business. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I'm successful. But it's not about what you did before, it's about what you do today. You want to become someone that manifests real easily? You want to become someone that manifests consistently? Stay focused on who you're becoming, not who you were. Your wins from yesterday don't count. Your work from yesterday doesn't count. What are you doing today? Who are you becoming today? What are you building yourself into today? That's what matters. Because what that does is two things. Number one, it helps you actually keep improving your stats, but also number two, it keeps you present. And the less mental energy you can expend on what happened to you and who you were and what else was in the past, and the less mental energy you can expend on what might happen in the future, the more energy you have to actually build your dream life. And the place where that is built is in the present moment, with every series of decisions and actions that you make. Becoming a master manifestor is about maturing in your perspective and taking responsibility to continuously adjust your perspective until it serves you in the most efficient and effective way. And the most efficient and effective perspective you can have on life is that it's on you to keep improving yourself. And life gets better to the extent that you are willing to improve yourself. Life gets better to the extent that you do improve yourself. You manifest based on who you are. I'm going to stop the video here. Let me know your thoughts and questions in the comments. See you guys in the next video. Hit the thumbs up, by the way. I'm out. Peace.